welcome to my channel, Learn and Earn, to live your life on your own terms. Everyone, you're welcome to my channel, Learn and Earn Academy. And today, we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, proxemics. Now, this is something which is very rare, a word which you might not have heard of in the past, but it is a very important aspect of soft skills. It is a skill which is essential for you to know if you want to be a thorough professional, if you want to grow in your life, if you want to achieve success. In this video, we are going to learn about what is proxemics and how this particular soft skills determines your personality. So if you like this video, you can press the like button, share it on social media, and also subscribe my channel. Please help us to educate this beautiful world. Now, what is proxemics? This is what we are going to learn in this video. How important role does it play when we are communicating? What are its various forms? Why much consideration has to be given to proxemics? Now, proxemics is the study of physical space in communication. It is called proxemics. The word proxemics comes from proximity, which actually means nearness of space. Proximus is related to your behavioral norm. So let me make it very simple to you. In very simple and layman words, the amount of distance you maintain when you speak to a person is called proxemics. Now it depends what kind of person, which place, and in what context you are speaking to that person, in what relationship you have with that person. Depending upon all these factors, the distance of your communication will vary, it will differ. For example, if you are talking to your child, you will be very close to your child. You will hug your child or even make him sit next to you. However, if you're talking to your boss, you will have a separate or a substantial difference with your boss. Similarly, if you're talking to a female colleague, you need to maintain a certain distance. Now, in order to learn what is that distance, what is that right balance of communication which you need to maintain, especially in terms of the distance between the individuals when you're communicating, is proxemics. And this is very important if you want to be considered as a person who not only has manners, who not only knows how to speak to people, but who also knows how to tackle people, how to self regulate. Now, this is what we are going to learn. Now, all of us actually required some space, and space has a meaning. It varies from one culture to another. Example, if you have found that while the space between the mother and child is very less, now you must also consider that this space may vary from culture to culture. For example, in different countries, people consider closeness to each other as a symbol of communication. For example, if you go to a foreign nation, you might see people very close to each other, especially in public places or at public occasions. In some countries, you may find people who would require a lot of space to communicate and interact. Now, this is called space zones. Now, what are these space zones? There are four categories of space zones which you need to consider while you are communicating with people. The first is intimate zone. Now, intimate zone is a zone where your closed ones, your family, your dear ones can come, who can even give you a physical touch up to 18 inches. Now, this intimate zone belongs to all the people who are very close to you. So, if a person who doesn't know and if he comes so close to you, you might not only feel offended, but you might even slap that person. So no one is allowed to enter the intimate zone unless and until the person is very close to you. The second zone is the personal zone. Now, physical touch is allowed or actually increases from 18 inches to 4 feet. Now, in this zone, your dear ones, your relatives, your friends come into picture. Now, this is called personal zone. The third is social zone. Space distancing is between 4 feet to 12 feet. This is the space which we maintain when we are in office, when we are communicating to someone senior to us, or in fact, a different gender person. For example, if I go and speak to my female colleague, I need to maintain certain distance when I'm communicating to her. That is not only basic courtesy, but also how every person should communicate. Now, that becomes the social zone, which comes from 4 feet to 12 feet. The fourth zone is called public zone. Now, it distances from 12 feet to 30 feet. Now, public zone only comes when you are dealing with people, not one, but many people in groups. Maybe you are making a presentation or you are making a speech at a seminar. Now, this is called public zone. In this, the distance between you and the people is at least of 12 feet to 30 feet, or even in fact more than that. As I've already discussed, who are the people who are very close to you when you are in intimate zone, your family members and close relatives, personal, your friends, colleagues and peers, social, stranger, occasional visitors, and public speakers and leader. Now this zone needs to be considered whenever you are speaking to a particular person. Now space. Now maintaining your space, you're also maintaining your position. So space not only gives how you should communicate, but also will give you a clear understanding about the position, the power of that person. For example, the furnitures kept in that person's cabin or close to that person will tell you about the status of the person. So, space denotes power. It varies from culture to culture. I'll give you a very good example. The boss of your organization will have a big cabin, will have a big office in which he only sits. Now, this determines that he is a person who is the most important person in the organization. He's the person who has not only the command over the organization but also deserves that respect. So his position gives him that space. Similarly, the employees within the organization will sit close to each other. Whatever space they are being given in the cubicles or in the cabins, that will belong to their space, and their space will be a little less. Now, this is how we know and understand the space. Now, context culture. Now, space is also culturally regulated. Different cultures have different space meanings. This way, the world can be divided into two context cultures. Now, this is important. As I've already told you, the distance between people while communicating may vary from place to place, from region to region, from country to country, and from culture to culture. So there are two context cultural, which is low context culture and high context cultures. Now, what is chronomics? Now, chronomics is the study of time. Now, time is a commodity in a professional world. Every minute counts. You cannot waste a minute if you are in business. Time reveals a person's personality. It also reflects a person's attitude towards others. So, careful use of time during communication can lead to success. Time talks and space speaks. Manage time and become successful. These are some of the important lessons which you should always keep in your mind, that you not only need to manage your own time but also ensure that you're not wasting others' time. If you have to go for a meeting, be punctual, reach there on time. Do not make it a habit to be late everywhere you go, because that will count negative on you and will reflect negatively on your organizations as well. So chronomics is the study of time, the way you manage your time. In professional world of today, not only proxemics but also chronomics are important. So you're not only learning one thing in this video, you're also learning about chronomics. So if someone talks about you what is proxemics and what is chronomics, I'm sure you'll be able to tell plus also explain the person in a very good way. And I'm sure this video will certainly help you to also self-regulate yourself and create this basic understanding that this is the amount of space which you need to maintain with the person whom you're communicating in different areas of life. So it is up to you how you are going to divide your time. It is up to you maintain your space and finally how you have planned carefully. So I'm sure you have liked this video and I'm sure you have learned a lot from this video. So if this video has been some relevance to you, you can please press the like button, share it on social media, and also subscribe to my channel. Please help us to educate this beautiful world. Thank you. Have a great day. If you like my video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel by pressing the bell icon.